Hello, hello, hello. So now this is not the recording I was expecting to be on. I don't know if you are there waiting for me. I might have to go and do a little bit of redirecting, let's say that. I'm also about to put a light on so that you can see me. There we are. How's that? It's better, isn't it? Okay, so let's see where we are. So today, this is the, hello Andrea, this is our daily wise words, and the wise words of today are about listening to your body. So as I'm listening to my body, I'm going to go and I'm going to get access to where everybody's waiting for me, hopefully. And so the question of the day, so why should I listen to my body? Well, the first thing that I wanted to share about this is that your body has access to so much more intelligence than your mind. So if you've heard me speak before, you'll know that one of my common ideas about your body is that your body can make blood, it can make brains, it can make bones, and it can make babies. There's a really weird story about making babies. It's not one of Cheryl's stories. It's one of mine. And one of the ideas that really helped me to understand just how brilliant this body is was when somebody told me that if a woman is pregnant, actually, no, even before that, if a woman is fertile, step one, fertility, then even if she's in a coma, it's possible for her to be impregnated, to carry the baby for a full term, and then the body can do a natural delivery of the new baby. And that new baby could be totally unaffected by the fact that its mum was in a coma. Now, I don't know about all of the emotional imprinting and all the psychological imprinting, but basically, if your body is that intelligent that your body knows how to do all of these natural things that bodies do without you having to pay any attention, without you having to even be conscious, then by not paying attention to the body, what are you missing out on? You know, what is it that you're not accessing, even though you've got it available to you from this brilliant body, that you're not using to help you have a better life, have a happier life, have a healthier life, whatever type of a life it is that you want. So listening to your body is, for me, it's like the biggest lesson. So first layer of listening to your body is noticing physical sensations. So you can notice physical sensations like on the skin, you can notice physical sensations inside the mouth, you can notice so any surface that is in contact with another, with the environment rather than with your inner being, then those surfaces are sensitive to what's going on in the environment. And also inside your body, you've got sensations as well, haven't you? So, you know, if you've overeaten, there's a sensation that goes with that. If you need a wee, there's a sensation that goes with that. If you're feeling under pressure, there are sensations that go with that. So not only do we have mechanical things that we need to do, like we need to eat and we need to breathe and we need to fart and all of those things, and we'll feel sensations that will help the body to go through those processes. What we've also got access to at a deeper level are about the sensations that we have that get tied in, to get bound in with our psychological references or our emotional references. And so what can happen is, as you become more and more aware of the body, then the body just starts to give you more and more information. So we know that with the aim to find your why, we look at awareness, intention, and manifestation. Look, that makes an M. And so if my intention is to get to know my body more, then my awareness is going to expand. So I have to become aware of sensations. I have to become not only aware of the sensation, but what has triggered that sensation. And then what is that sensation going on to trigger in me? So for example, if I'm thirsty, what triggers the sensation of thirst is a homeostatic, a balancing mechanism in the body that monitors how concentrated the blood is. So when your blood is overly concentrated, you need hydration. And so then you'll get signals for thirst. And then you drink some water. And what happens after that is that the blood levels balance out, unless you drink far too much water. And in that way, it's going to send signals to the body to get rid of the water. So you might wee a lot. So if you drunk the right amount when you were thirsty, then your thirst would wane, it would go away for a little while, and then it will come back again if the blood balance goes back to overly concentrated. So that's called homeostasis. That's the mechanism where there's a good middle line, there's a good fluidity level of the blood, if you like. There's a good amount of water to have in your blood. And if it's over that, the body's going to try and get rid of the water. And if it's under that, your body's going to try and take in water. Well, that happens with loads of different things. That happens with loads of physical things in the body, food, water, different types of food, so salts. If you've got diabetes, you'll understand the balance of sugars is another thing that the body is able to monitor when it's very healthy. And so understanding that that's the physical manifestation, then you can look at the psychological manifestations and the emotional ones as well. Because the body's we've got access to so much stuff. And one of the areas that I'm really interested in at the moment, and you'll hear me talking about it all the time, is trauma. How to identify trauma, how to heal trauma and be released from it, and how to grow out of it. Because the healing is actually a transformation. It's not a getting rid of. It's a growing to accept, to embrace. And from that place, then you've got access to even more brilliance than you did before. So I've just realised I've got some messages here. Hello, Andrea, and hello, Harry. Welcome, welcome. So as you can see, we're not branded. Cheryl's not going to be very happy with me because she did set me up a branded call, but I couldn't get onto it. So anyway, I'm here now. And so listening to your body. So important points about listening to your body, I suppose, are how do you do it? What do I mean? I'm not going to get a stethoscope out and stuff. I mean, I could do, but I'm not going to do that. What I mean by listening to your body or paying attention to your body are start to notice the correlation, the patterns between a feeling state and a sensation state, or a triggered state and the sensations that then creates. So it's like your body is a really great informer, and it can inform the mind of loads of stuff that when the mind takes it on and understands how to respond to the information, then the mind is then working in tandem with, in harmony with the body. And that is the way for us to progress. That's the way for us to grow. That's the way for us to evolve. We can't grow and evolve unless we're taking care of the body. There's a really basic understanding of the cells of the body as well. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but I just want to give you a taste of why it's so important to pay attention to the body. So every cell in the body is it's an independent unit. If you put it in the right environment, an individual cell can thrive, can survive, it can thrive, it can multiply. And so, the Petri dish would be in the science lab, the place where you would place this individual cell. And as you put that cell in the Petri dish, if you put something a food substance next to it, or something that is nurturing or nourishing next to it, it will move towards the nourishment. But if you put something toxic next to it, then it will actually begin to move away from the toxicity. So obviously, if you've got goodness on this side and toxic on this side, your cells are all going to move in this direction, because the cells know they can sense their exterior, their environment. And once they've sensed the environment, they kind of know what to do. Now, this is, of course, assuming that things are healthy and working well. Because as cells become unhealthy, as they get older or as they get sicker, they don't actually know what to do in negative situations. And sometimes they make their own environments worse. But given that we were all started, with a great template, that the body was great and healthy when we were born, the template that this body has grown from is a really healthy, vibrant, brilliant template. So the more frequently I can visit that template and allow myself to be in the place of trusting the wisdom in my cells, trusting the ability for my body to take care of itself, trusting systems like, the homeostasis I was talking about before. The more I learn to trust those things, I have to be paying attention to them in order to use the information that they give me. So if I'm trusting them, I must be paying attention to them, because then I can trust the information, the source and the information, and then I can act upon that. So by drinking when I'm thirsty, eating when I'm hungry, stopping eating when I'm full, noticing when a sensation in my body is actually got a cause underneath it that is giving me some sort of a distraction. So for example, when we overeat, we're not listening to the body signals as we're overeating, because if we were listening to the body signals, we would know when the body had had enough food. We would actually be probably eating a lot slower. So it's about becoming mindful, isn't it? This awareness is about becoming mindful. So, we would eat enough, we would eat the right types of food, because again, the body indicates what it wants, what it needs. And then the last little thing, because I want to make this a quick one today, because it's Friday night. The last part I wanted to mention as well was looking at this wisdom in the body. How can we access it? Well, we can access it in lots of different ways. Meditation, mindfulness, kinesiology is one of my favorites. Under hypnosis, you can ask the body to do things. There are some trauma release exercises that I use. Sometimes in yoga, things happen, and you just allow the body to use its wisdom to inform you, to share with you, or to guide you through a process of some kind. So with kinesiology, what you've got access to is not only the wisdom of the body to give you yeses and nos, but depending on the system of kinesiology that you use, I work with a system called cyberkinetics. There's also a branch of it called metakinetics. But in cyberkinetics, basically, we're working on these feedback loops, the homeostasis mechanism. And so you're asking the body to help to narrow down what is the information that's important right now, and how can I not only use that information, but how can I then transform and grow as a result of the information that I get about whatever the sensation is or whatever the deal is that I'm working on in my body. So with kinesiology, you've got a really super specific way of, and it's a tangible way as well, because we use muscle testing, so you'll use the arm and you'll go, this is a no and this is a yes, or whichever way you use it, because there's different ways of asking the body to communicate with you. And guess what? The brilliant, clever, intelligent body always plays, as long as you keep your mind at a simple level that it's not its job to do everything. Its job is to communicate with the body. And in that place, in kinesiology, actually, it can unwrap and give you access to things that are very deeply buried, very unconscious, but are having a huge impact on your daily life. So for you, what is the cost of you not listening to the wisdom of the body? And what is the cost to you not even knowing how? Maybe not having the time, if you do know how, or not having the inclination. So there's a very simple example of not having the inclination. I often body test when I want to decide on a menu choice, or if I'm in the supermarket, I'll just tune in with whatever I think I might want to buy and see what the body says. And I follow this very often, unless, as happened the other day, I'm going to buy some salted caramel Cornish ice cream. And I knew that my body would go, no, when I asked it. So I didn't ask. I just bought the ice cream and I ate some of it. And as I was eating it, I could feel it's very sugary, it's very creamy. There's lots of things about it that are actually not aligned with what the body needs. But my tongue, this guilty thing here. Just enjoyed it so much, enjoyed the sugar, enjoyed the creaminess. So, you know, we don't have to be saints. We don't have to live in a cave on raw vegetables, praying 24/7. There's no need for that. We can allow ourselves to indulge occasionally, but actually, the more you tune into your body and the more you realize its wisdom, the less you are likely to even think about indulging in things that the body doesn't like or that are not good for the body. So for your all-around health, physical health, your emotional health, your mental health, your psychological health, learning how to tune into your body is absolutely crucial. Now, one of the the membership group that we run, we've got two groups in our membership area. We've got the Live, Love, Laugh Lounge for the wise women, and we've got the Man Cave for the wise men. But both of these groups have access to the online training portal. And in that online portal, we have lessons, and some of the lessons are to help you to connect more deeply to your body, to its language, and so that you can then be informed by your body and you can take informed, inspired action, which will serve you. And as you know, when you serve yourself, that service automatically ripples out so that you serve everybody around you and eventually the whole of humanity. So keep on serving yourself. If you're interested in the membership group, if you're not already a wise man or a wise woman and you're interested, then just pop a comment below, even. Pop a comment below, and I can send you the link to that membership group. And in the meantime, start listening and noticing. It's like meditating. Quiet your mind, tune in and listen to what your body is telling you, and then start to become aware of the correlations between real symptoms for food, for drink, for whatever it is that the body really wants, and then these disguised symptoms that come up when actually all we're trying to do is to avoid a negative feeling. Usually we're trying to distract ourselves. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about that on Monday, when we will be on day 11 of the daily wise words. But for now, hopefully you've all enjoyed it. Hello, Judy. Hello, Joan. Joan joined. Yeah, thank you all, ladies, for watching, and listen to your body carefully with a very open mind, and allow your mind to be informed and trained by the body. The mind is like the student of the body. It's not the other way around. And so the more we allow the mind to take that role where it is here to serve this body, the more the mind will be open to being informed by the body, the more that everything is going to start to work better. Because guess what? You can't actually have a mind if you don't have a body. So in order for the mind to look after itself, it has to look after the body. So enough for now. Have a fabulous weekend, and I shall see you next week. And any questions or any tips that you've got to help everybody who watches this to understand why it's important to listen to the body and how to listen to the body, please put your tips below as well. We'd really love to hear them. All right, have a great weekend. Bye.